Hello, this is Jimbo. I told you guys I was going to be making a guide on the evolution of combat, but before I make that guide, which is going to be a video series, I want to make this quick little video on the beta. The reason is that there are things that are unique to the beta that are not going to be implemented into the evolution of combat. So before we get started, I want to define the word beta because a lot of people have a misunderstanding on what a beta is. So I did a little bit of Google, and this is what Google told me. A trial of machinery, software, or other products in the final stages of its development, carried out by a party unconnected with its development. So what this means is that it is a trial, and that nothing is set in stone, and that things are subject to change. So little things that might be annoying in the combat beta will probably be changed if it's something that is necessary. But things like the action bar, the main things that are in the beta, are not going to be changed. But things are going to be tweaked here and there and adjusted to try and satisfy everyone and to be completely balanced out. In order to get into the beta, you want to go to the Runescape homepage, and right under where it says play free now, it says combat beta. You want to click on that. It will take you to a page about the evolution of combat beta. You want to click on play beta, and it will load up like normal RuneScape. If it's your first time, it'll probably take a while to load everything up. After it completely loads, you log in as usual, and then you will be logged into the lobby. In the combat beta, there is only one active world, at least for people that only have access to it in the weekends. People that have full access might have more, I'm not sure, because I do not have full access. What you should do in order to play on your account in the combat beta is to first click on import save on the bottom left corner. It's a green button. What this does is it imports your character exactly where it's at in the live version of RuneScape. After you do that, you want to click on play, and it will log you in exactly where you left off. If you want to play, if you are a peer, this is what I recommend if you want to try out defense. Just level up your defense normally, train on some stuff, get your defense to whatever, 20, 30, 40. And if you don't like it, you can always just click on import save, and it will take you back down to one defense. And that's pretty much it. This works for Zerkers too if you want to get high defense like 80, train it up. And then if you don't like it, just import save again, and it will take you back exactly where you left off. One of the things that is unique to the beta are vendors. Vendors give you free things to test out as much as you want. And there's vendors for melee, magic, and range, both weapons and armor. There's also a vendor for consumables and things that stack, such as runes and arrows, and summoning as well. And then there's also a vendor for capes and rings. They are located in Falador, Lumbridge, and in front of the Grand Exchange. Currently, the only people who can access the beta whenever they want are people who got selected randomly and people who had 12 months or more of membership before the beta started. Everyone else that is also a member can only access it on the weekends. The time frame is from Friday at 4 p.m. Jagex time to Monday at 10 a.m. Jagex time. I'm not sure what the time zone is for them, but I think it is GMT. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. So another thing that is unique to the beta that will not be in the live game is that currently in the beta, all monsters will give you full XP regardless of your level and their level. Let me elaborate. According to Jagex, when the evolution of combat is released, you will only be able to train on monsters that are near your level. I'm not sure exactly on what the details are for this, if it affects your combat level and or your skill level on that combat skill. So when they release the evolution of combat, they will explain this. But currently, you can train on anything for full XP. But when the evolution of combat is released, there will be XP penalties for trading on things that are much lower level than your combat level. Currently, everything in the combat beta is multi-way combat, but there are rumors that Jagex is planning on releasing single-way combat worlds for people that want to do edge peeking or just single-way peeking anywhere, and people that have hard slayer tasks such as mithril dragons and you don't want to get completely owned by them or something. Certain minigames might not be available as well. Currently, the minigames that just got released are Stealing Creation and Barbarian Assault. Questing also just recently got released, so you can do quests, but they might not be balanced for the evolution of combat. They might be too weak, too strong, but there are quests available now. If you want to get full access to the combat beta, there are two ways to get full access if you do not have it already. In order to do this, first you want to go to the Runescape homepage. On the top right, on the bar, you want to click on Forum. This will take you to the Runescape forums, and then you want to click on Combat Discussion. This will take you to the Combat Beta forum, and when you get there, you want to make a thread giving your feedback on the Combat Beta. Make sure this thread contains a lot of feedback and constructive criticism. You don't want to make a 2-sentence thread and hope you get full access. You want to make it constructive criticism, well thought out, and you want to make it neat and organized. You don't want to just make a wall of text either. People do not like to read a wall of text. Another way to get full access is to get recommended by people who have full access. There's a thread in the Combat Beta forum for people who have full access called the Yay Nay thread. Basically, they recommend you for full access there, and hopefully you get it if a Jagex mod feels you're eligible for it. And if you made a thread and they're looking at your profile that gives feedback and they read it and they like you, you'll probably get in. I'm also going to be linking to a combat beta frequently asked questions thread, and this thread is made by a Jagex mod. Basically, it contains lots of questions that you might have on the combat beta. And if a question is not answered there, you can ask here in the comments and I'll try to answer it. And if I can't answer it, then hopefully someone else can. I want to give a shout out to Humblex Turtle. Him and I are going to be working together on making combat beta guide. He is going to be focusing on PVM, and I'm going to be focusing on PvP. Check out his channel and subscribe if you like it. Thanks for watching.